Good. All right. Hello. Yes. I'm grading dynamics. So, if you know anything about, dynamics, you can grade these. I haven't looked at this board at all yet, or what's happened so far in this game. So, somebody fill me in. I'm 5th wave, baby. Woo, let's go. All right, I've surpassed 4th wave. There's a wharf. There's some villages. Forge looks bad. Why does Forge look bad? I mean, I want to Forge eventually, right? For trashing? Is it too early? Is that the problem? Yeah, but like getting rid of some starter cards is gonna help me draw, right? Doesn't help get 8. I mean, I can imagine, yeah, delaying the Forge I think is probably reasonable, but you definitely want to Forge eventually here, like 100%. Well, I would get. So I think the idea is at some point you want Masterpiece for some changelings, right? I imagine you once you're drawing deck, you're gonna do some stuff along those lines. And then, although I guess by the time you're drawing deck, the game's kind of close to over, right? Because a $13 Masterpiece, no, sorry, a $12 Masterpiece does in fact drain the changelings, right? So that's a thing to think about. Yes, I think Citadel's probably slow here. I'm not convinced you get Citadel. I don't know, Citadel's still pretty good though. But like, considering the Mastery overpay shenanigans, I kind of like the idea of not getting it. I guess the issue is, like, if you're going to Citadel something, it's not going to be Wharf. It's going to be, like, a Border Guard or a Mountain Village, which probably is the most exciting thing to Citadel, but I guess it's fun. So I guess Citadel's not that much different than, like, a double Village or something, right? See, look at these draws. If only you had a few less copper in your deck. Yes, Citadel's mainly, like, it's like playing an extra Mountain Village or something a turn, which isn't all that exciting. If anyone else wants to jump on here, that's totally fine. I can go back to grading. Well, so they're playing very quickly, so it's a little hard to, like, process exactly the situation with, like, their draws and whatnot. Do you play this Wharf or not? I would play that Wharf and buy a Forge, I think. Yeah, I think that's fine. So playing that Wharf and buying Forge basically guarantees a pretty decent trash this turn. I guess Masterpiece there was also fine. I think you all are a little bit, like, overselling how good the Masterpiece Changeling thing is. No, I think Forge is a reason to play third Wharf. Having that extra overdraw is pretty helpful. I mean, trying to draw through 10 starter cards is not fun. Wait, why are you playing? Don't play. No, play Mountain Village first. Oh, playing Border Guard first is terrible. That's so bad. You clearly play the Mountain Village first. Otherwise, Mountain Village picks up junk. All right, I guess it did work out fine still. Not trashing any coppers is a little suspect to me, actually. And by a little bit suspect, I mean quite a bit suspect to me. Because next turn you need to draw through 7 copper. Yeah, now you need to draw through 7 copper, right? That Citadel doesn't look very good to me. I would have taken 2 Wharves there, I guess. I would have trashed... I guess I would have trashed a couple copper and taken maybe like a Masterpiece overpay or something as like a little bit better. Anyway, you still have so many coppers to get through, so it's a little dicey to me. I guess you could forge... I want to see Contraband named Masterpiece. I don't think we're going to see a Contraband is kind of the problem with that. Contraband does not look particularly exciting to me on this board. I think get rid of this Crossroads now. Like, you could kill... I don't know, it's hard to get rid of the Crossroads in like a good way, though. I guess you could get rid of Crossroads Silver for a Wharf. You could also just get rid of Crossroads Estate for a Mountain Village. It's probably also fine. Or even Changeling. Get rid of Crossroads Estate for a Changeling seems totally reasonable. Wait, is the last card Wharf? Oh, well, the last card's Wharf. Why are we playing... if the last card's Wharf, I don't like this line, then. Because his last card's Wharf, what I probably would like to do instead is something like play Crossroads to draw Wharf, forge a Silver into a Changeling, then draw the Changeling, and then change into a Wharf or something like that. If last card's not Wharf, I think stopping here is totally fine. Okay, this should probably be a Masterpiece, though, I think. Yeah, I don't like stopping there at all. If last card's Wharf, I think you want to play that Wharf. And, like, you can basically gain and play a Changeling to gain a Wharf that way, too. And you can get the last Wharf, and you can get yourself, like, a 6-4 Wharf split, which seems pretty good to me. Anyway, I would... You also need economy here as Haka. So I think Masterpiece makes a lot of sense. I'm not sure how many Silvers you take versus how many Changelings. I mean, you don't need 6. I mean, 5 Wharves is probably plenty fine. I don't... Why are we undoing? I mean, the only reason to undo is if you want to draw, but... Yeah, maybe. I don't even think trashing copper is that important right now, though. Whatever. I mean, this should be Masterpiece very clearly, right? And then... I'm not even sure I want Changelings. Like, I might want, like, 1 Changeling. Like, take the 3 Silvers. Yeah, I think that's right. 1 Changeling and some Silvers seems pretty good. That's fine. That's fine. Hits up the Mountain Village first, and then we get to forge some stuff. So I guess we still drew, which is good to see. I don't know what you do here. Like, you could thin some copper, I guess. It's not, like, super exciting. Haunted Woods. Is that... I'm not so sure about that, actually. Is Haunted Woods better than just another Wharf? I don't think it is. I don't think Haunted Woods is better than Wharf. It's not like you're... It's not the attack is relevant at all, right? Oh yeah, you're right. Haunted Woods does attack Changeling. Is that good enough? Is that enough reason? I don't think that's enough reason to do it. Maybe it is. Does this win? It's not far from winning, isn't it? This is actually pretty close. So if you, let's say you go, no, I would go Silver Changeling. If you're trying to win this turn, it's Silver Changeling. You play the Wharf. Last card is, I don't know, nothing I care about. Might be a copper. It's not a wharf. Yeah, this is like so. I'm trying to count if that's his win. It's very, very close. So silver to changeling. You can change for 2 wharves. You can masterpiece overpay for 3 changelings. That only cost 5. And then you would still need a 3rd pile, though, right? What's the 3rd pile? I don't know what the 3rd pile is. Because we don't have enough buys to hit the border guards. Yeah, but we don't have the buys for border guards is the problem. We're only at 5 buys, and we would need 7 buys to tie, and 8 buys to win. Oh, last card is X Crossroads. You're right. Yeah. So what I think you want to do. Actually, what if, oh no, you can't, oh, that's actually unfortunate. You know why? Because if you had drawn the border guard, you could have gained and played a Haunted Woods and shut down Earl's 2 changelings for this turn. Like, that would have been kind of cute if you could have done that, but that requires you to not bottom deck your 2 costs there. So as it stands, but then aren't you out of actions then? Because then you need to play the wharf, then play the forge, and then you're out of actions to play the mountain village, right? So yeah, this only works if you had drawn the crosses earlier. I think it would have been a strong consideration though for something to do. I think we're just a couple gains short, right? Like we don't have the gains to win. I guess we might be a little short on economy too. Well, if XR doesn't bottom deck, how do you win? I guess you're trying to get the extra wharf in play. That's an extra gain, but then you're still only at 6. You're still a gain short of winning, right? I don't know what you're talking about. All right, you're done talking. Wait, why would you have 2 silver to a gold? That just cost you economy. What? That just hurts your economy. I'm confused. Okay, sure. Well, that wasn't even mine. It's just worse than mine. I don't understand. Like the 2 silver to gold thing is really weird to me. He doesn't lose. It's not like Earl can win this turn, right? Or can Earl win this turn, actually? Let me think. With 2 changelings already. And you can use changelings to gain changelings. That's allowed. Oh, you have 3 changelings. Okay. 3 changelings. This looks like it should win then, right? You don't even need that much. All right, hold on. Stop playing so fast. You might need to forge the Haunted Woods. Like forging the Haunted Woods might have been a win. Stop it. Unplay. Undo that. Think for a second before you click your cards, Earl. Because you forge Haunted Woods to wharf. You can changeling for 3 changelings. No, there's no. You can't get the 3rd pile though, right? I guess you could change for. No, it's actually cheaper. You change for border guards, right? You change for border guards, then that saves you some buys. Because you need to buy a masterpiece and 3 border guards and any points at all. That's only 5 buys though. So it's 3, 4, 5. Well, you have to buy. So the gains are there. There's the money for it though. You would need to hit. Now the changelings are expensive though, right? They would cost 6, and you need 12. No, the money's not even close there. Never mind. So the gains are there, but the money's not. Is the problem? Not scoring here seems fine. Wait, hold on. No, Haka can win here then, right? I think Haka has the gains to win. Um, I think. Hold on, let me think for a second. So, well, seven gains. Well, because we're not gaining and playing any changelings, right? So you can't gain and play changelings is the problem. So we need. We have the gains to win. No, sorry, we have the gains to tie. But I don't think we have the economy to tie, because that would still cost 6 plus 12 is 18. Do you have 18 coins? Well, no, that doesn't... We don't have 18 coins anyway. 9, 6, 15. Well, now we do. Wait, there was a tie there, right? There was a tie there, actually, yeah. There was exact... No, hold on. There was not a tie, no. Yeah, there was. There was a tie. Okay, I can count. There was a tie. Not taking the tie might be reasonable, but because I think Hawk is in a pretty decent shape here, right? So I think it might be okay. Yeah, you overpay $3 to get 4 changelings, because a Masterpiece is a changeling also. So it only cost 6 to get 4 changelings. Yeah, so there was a tie there that Haka did not take. I think that still might be correct, though, because I think Haka's position is pretty solid still. I think Haka has more economy, right? Yeah, Haka does have more economy. Maybe. I'm not actually... It's not entirely clear to me. But, like, if Haka can double province here... No, double province is bad, right? Because Earl can mill in double province. So you can do... What do you do? What do you... The forges are doing great. I don't know what you're talking about. The forges are doing their job. Like, the forge is the reason that Haka can't double province right now. Well, Earl hasn't trashed any coppers, which is weird to me. Like, not thinning coppers is... and because... So the reason to thin coppers is you get to add other payload, right? Instead of having to just add more draw and then drawing the coppers. So you can get more efficient payload with, like, masterpieces and stuff. So the idea is you thin down your coppers, you do a big masterpiece, get some silver in your deck, and you're basically using the forge to allow you to upgrade copper to silver in a sort of roundabout way. Yeah, so Earl can double and mill, which means Haka can't double here, which is a pretty scary place to be. This isn't, like, tie again, does it? I don't know. I feel like the thing that wasn't worth 8 was Citadel. Citadel does not seem worth 8 to me. The Forge seems totally worth it to me, though. I don't know what y'all are saying. I think y'all are mad, alright? You take 2 duchies here? I can see 2 duchies. Oh, no! 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 Haka, no! Haka, no! Don't! Okay, good. Whew! Crisis averted. I mean, loads and loads of draw from XR. It's a couple cards of draw. No, y'all are mad, alright? Forge is good here. Anyone who says otherwise is out of their minds. Yeah, you can. So, like, it's still worse than, like, other draw options, though. Earl can't triple duchy. Yeah, triple duchy loses pretty easily, right? Yeah, triple duchy loses pretty easily. It's not guaranteed that Haka draws, though. Haka probably draws, but it's not guaranteed. Yeah, this is why I said I wasn't clear that Haka should have taken the tie when it was offered, because I think Haka's in decent shape. Another forge definitely makes some sense. Because it allows you to threaten quad, but the problem is... No, actually the forge doesn't make sense, never mind. Because, like, Haka can just triple province right here, right? Or, like, double and mill a province, and I don't think Earl can overcome those points. So I think the forge doesn't do a whole lot. Close to winning off of Citadel Forge? Really? That's you're gonna end your entire turn right there? I guess there's a chance if you draw 2 provinces and 16 coins off the start of your turn, you can do it. But that's that's pretty unlikely, right? To draw like you have to draw literally all of your economy in order to basically quad there. I mean, it would be hilarious. I guess it's not impossible, but it seems exceedingly unlikely. Well, 3 duchies should, like, I mean, I don't think Earl had any, like, good outs anyway, right? I don't think Earl, like, what does Earl do instead, though? Like, Haka just either wins here or scores enough points to effectively win, I think. Like, I don't see any reasonable outs there. Anyway, I mean, just play on here, right? We're just gonna draw off these crossroads. You just need to find you don't even need an extra buy actually. You just need to have 6, 10, 16 coins. 16 coins does it. 16 coins and forge a duchy to duchy will win. No, it's 16, right? Am I not counting? 6 for the masterpieces plus 10 for their 2 duchies is 16, right? Yeah, okay. Y'all are bad at math. I'm gonna take marks off of your exams. I have no idea where 19's coming from. Plus 4? What's 4? Wait, what? Wait, how are you getting 4 changelings with 4 coins? I can still fail you, alright? I'm gonna roll you my course just to fail you. Oh, Shanahan's definitely failed. That's for sure. Your basic math skills are gonna hold you back a year here. So there's no reason to not just play this mountain village, right? To be fair though, if you solve the wrong problem or use the wrong method but do the math correctly, I'm gonna dock you more points than the other way around. Alright, we're almost a win, and we have a win in hand. Alright, that does it. Just mill a duchy in empty piles. This year I'm teaching, or this semester I'm teaching strength of materials, and I'm teaching dynamics. I mean, okay, sorry, it's a guaranteed line. There we go. Alright, now it's in hand. It's about how things move and how things break. That's the 2 classes I'm taking. Alright, I think Haka's decision to not take the tie was correct. Because just considering the possible lines, I'm not sure what Earl was supposed to do to win, other than hope for a dud. I teach fluids. I've taught fluids in the past. I've taught it a few times. There's no fluids this semester though. That's a next semester course, but I'm not teaching it next semester. I'm teaching thermofluids lab next semester. No, not in solid mechanics. No. Nave Stokes is it's usually a 3rd-year class for fluid mechanics. Listen, Citadel could definitely be skipped. Forge seemed quite good to me. So, oh, look at that, Necrohorse. Necrohorse and Mancap. Hold on. We also have Capital Crypt, which is like a worse version of Mancap. Let's, you wouldn't buy Crypt, I'm just saying. Capital Crypt is like a sort of very weak version of Mancap. So I guess you're playing man cap here, but I'm like really tempted to delay man cap in order to pop lamp. Because if you pop lamp, I think you can just like wish for 3 capitals and just make it go zoom. So I think what I'm thinking is opening like Bounty Hunter right now as Haka. Take a Bounty Hunter now. Try to do your best to pop lamp in a couple shuffles, and then just wish for your capitals. Silk also makes a lot of sense too. I think Silk is totally fine over Bounty Hunter. But I think trying to pop lamp is definitely correct. Which means you don't go right into man cap, you delay it a little bit. Well, the problem with slamming Silks is you're not going to pop lamp. And I think popping lamp is pretty good. Just demand Silk Merchant here as Earl. Like, very clear demand Silk Merchant there. Do we pop yet? We're close to popping, actually, as Earl, right? If horse didn't go away, if the way was, it was a way that wasn't way of the horse, we could leave horse in play, but it is way of the horse. I would stop here, and, well, yeah, you must, it's very imperative that you play horse's way of the horse. I would demand maybe Secret Cave. Maybe Conspirator? The problem is, there's a good chance you don't activate Conspirator next turn, right? In which case it's pretty sad. Demand Secret Cave has the advantage of, if you don't draw your lamp, you get to discard, and then have it in play for the following turn, where you're almost guaranteed to pop lamp, right? Well, alright, so let's, I mean, I'm not going to do the math. Because certainly an activated Conspirator is the best thing you could do. But it's a little bit close. Like, I would stop here and not trigger the shuffle here as Earl, and I would just demand... I guess you would demand... I mean, demand Conspirator is totally fine, or Conspirator is totally fine. So let's see. See, like, the Conspirator would not have activated, basically, here, right? I would probably discard here, because I think you're guaranteed to pop lamp next turn if you discard, right? Aren't you guaranteed to pop lamp if you discard? Oh, sorry, demand Conspirator. What am I saying? Obviously demand Conspirator. Sorry, you're right. That's, like, very clearly better. I have no idea. I would assume... Demand Conspirator is, like, I think quite a bit better, yes. Wait, what? Oh, sorry, I thought you played the Conspirator before the horse, but no, that's... Never mind. I think this is correct. I think this is the faster way to man cap is to get wishes. No, Lemon missed demand procession. Like, that demand procession game was the most infuriating thing I've ever seen. They just kept not demanding procession. And why would you not demand procession over and over and over again? It's so busted. Hold on, why are we not playing these horses as Way of the Horse? It's absolutely baffling why you wouldn't play these horses as Way of the Horse. Like, burn the horse, it's fine. Yeah. Do you play this Secret Cave or not? I think it doesn't seem worth... It doesn't seem worth it to me. I would just, like, demand 2 Silk Merchants right here. Yeah, demand 2 Silks, and then we just win, right? Demand Silk, demand Silk. You'll draw your 3 wishes. You wish for 3 capitals, and then zoom, zoom, zoom. Demand a silver. I can see maybe the argument. I don't think I like demand silver though. I don't think it's quite good enough. I would just demand 2 silks. Because demand 2 silks like makes sure you draw your deck next turn, right? I guess there's the option of just, like, taking capitals now. Like, maybe demand 1 silk and a capital. I think that's totally reasonable also. I don't think we... Well, you can't really... Mancap and engines don't really, like, play well together, right? Okay, the Conspirator is weird to me, because that signals that you're not going for Mancap, which seems wrong. Alright, this isn't going to be an activation for sure for Earl. Yeah, there's definitely some thought to just doing capital now. And just, like, horsing all your actions. So you just, like, you horse everything. You get 4 capitals in play for next turn. Yeah, I think that's I think what Earl just did is pretty solid. Okay, and like this turn right here, I assume we're gonna wish for capitals. It's a weird line of thought to me to like play worse in hopes that your opponent also plays worse, I guess. I wouldn't usually do something like that. That seems like a weird thing to do. Crypt, no! 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 Oh no! No! That's the wrong one! Crypt Cap is so much worse than Mancap. It's so much worse. It's not even close. Oh no! All is lost. Maybe that was Earl's plan to get the capital to make you think you're going Crypts. Cause it'd be pretty after the Silk Merchant draw, it would make the undo pretty bad, I think. I don't think you should ask for undo after the Silk Merchant draw. Oh, Crypt! J-Nails! Where's J-Nails? This line is not... Alright, this line isn't the worst thing I've seen, but it's also, like, a lot worse than 3 capitals and buy Mandarin, right? Well, I guess the idea is... Okay. Alright, let's play it in a game here, then. Why are we getting Conspirators? Okay, that's a lot of capitals. I guess that's fine. Okay, we're fine. So let's get rid of the copper now. Well, I wouldn't set 2 capitals aside, right? Just set one capital aside. Seems better, right? Really set 2 aside? Are you sure? Yeah, you're right. Okay, you're right. Yeah. Because you're just paying off the debt with the capital you get anyway. So the only reason setting aside 1 capital just cost you basically the card and draw. I would just horse these. Just horse them. Just horse them. Horse all these. Just horse. Horse. Draw your deck. Draw your deck and you win. Okay, it turns out being first player on this board is really strong. Alright, I guess we buy the last capital just for funsies. We don't have to. I guess there's no real reason to buy the last capital, right? No, there's not really any reason to buy the last capital. Just take a Mandarin, and... Oh, yeah, Earl's totally dead. Why duchies? Wait, how many... Earl only has 3 capitals, right? So 3 provinces should be safe, right? Because Earl can't take 5, right? And you're guaranteed to just win next turn, because you'll have 36 and 6... You'll have enough for 5 provinces next turn, right? So 3 provinces here is totally safe, and you can buy 5 next turn. I take it back. I think... See, no, that capital does literally nothing. You're never going to be playing it. I don't know. That last capital is... It doesn't do anything. I guess you could demand Silk, sure. But, like... So, how much money can Earl possibly get here? Yeah, buying the capital is really weird to me. Well, no, okay, buying the capital has some appeal as if you are demanding here. If you demand a silk merchant, for instance, then you can actually play that capital. But if you don't demand a silk, but like spending 10 on capital plus demand silk merchant doesn't seem like it does anything, right? I mean, that's not true. Because the idea is if you're drawing next turn, you can play your 3 conspirators and your bounty hunter at least. So maybe it pays for itself, but like you have to demand here, I think. I'm still not convinced the crypto's better than just wishing for more capitals, but you know, it worked out pretty well. Yeah, being second player ended up being pretty bad here. Because I think they had pretty similar draws other than Earl went second. Why not province? Can Earl actually... Hold on, let me think. Can Earl actually take 4 provinces? Oh, there's a wish left. I guess you could have wished for the capital. Okay. I guess you just wish for... How do you wish for bank truffles? Um... I guess... Having taken the capital... For gold... 6... Yeah, I think it was impossible. Having taken that capital, I think it was impossible for Earl to take 4 provinces, right? Which means I think the duchy was wrong. It should have just been a province. That said, what happens if Earl takes... Earl province and a ton of debt seems like a problem, doesn't it? I'm just not sure what Earl's supposed to do here. Can't Hawk can take 5 provinces, is the thing. Right? Yeah, like this is very easily 5 provinces. But I guess you have to play for a dud, as like impossible as a dud is. I mean it's actually literally impossible for Hawk to have dudded. Anyway, let's see how much money we have. 56. 56. This was a cool board. I mean, a little unfortunate it was, I should have... Alright, the more stylish thing was to take Mandarin there, though, to not have to pay off all the debt. Alright, better style was buy Mandarin at the end. Mandarin got you that far. Don't betray Mandarin now. Anyway, it did seem like wishes were the way to go there, right? I guess ending the game in 40. End the game in 42 debt seems fine too. That was definitely a strong player 1 board though. Anyway, I suppose we're opening Chapel Lackeys here. We could think about... Ugh, I don't like Ambassador here, right? Ambassador doesn't seem very good with Chapel around. Ambassador... Oh, you're right. Ambassador does get Wayfarer. Huh. Is that good? Do we care? I think we don't care, actually. So my initial thoughts for this game were to Chapel down pretty quickly, get 2 Lurkers, and then just start gaining, forever. I think skip Ambassador makes the most sense to me. I think Lurker Chapel open, and then see what happens, but probably try to get two Lurkers in your deck. So I say Lurker, I meant Chapel Lackeys open, try to get 2 Lurkers in your deck the next shuffle or 2. And once you have 2 Lurkers, you can just game whatever you feel like. Because you'll draw the 2 every turn. Chakalaki? Yeah, the Chakalaki open seems good. 5-2 almost certainly is Seaway Lackeys plus Chapel, yes. It was like... Wait, what? Did we just double... Wait, what year is it? the double Am open is like so 2015. Double Am was like a classic open back in the day, but it's very out of vogue now. Although I did open Double Am in a game, I think it was last season, but that was only because of Quest. Ah, there's a reference. 2000 and late. I'm very confused by like not doing chapels. Like who cares if you get all the ambassadors? Like I can very Snowy over Mountain Village makes a lot of sense to me, yeah. Plus buy is pretty solid. It's true, Chapel is this brand new card and no one's been able to like really feel out its power yet. It's true. Maybe Arena makes them go open double? No, that's so dumb though. Why would you care about Arena? That's like literally the last thing you should ever care about on a board like this is Arena points. Maybe eventually you can care about Arena points, but not now. Definitely gain silver. I think you want to gain another silver here, because hitting 5 seems pretty good. I think no more silver, though. You can kill an estate. You can score some arena. You can... I kind of want 2 lurkers. No, I guess it's too early for that. Because their decks are still a little awkward. Mostly because their decks still have a lot of crap in them. Seaway Mining Village, I think, is totally fine there, yes. I have no issues at all with Seaway Mining Village. DZ is asking some really weird questions. I mean, who could imagine a world in which you could get a chapel and not 2 ambassadors? I don't think we want any more silver. No, actually, silver seems totally fine. We can return 2 coppers here. I think... I still do kind of want a... I still kind of want 2 lurkers here. I think our deck can support them. I don't want 3 lurkers. Maybe like lurker lackeys right now. I mean, okay, this is too many lackeys, right? Like, surely you take a lurker there, because even 1 lurker lets you pop a Mining Village for 2 coins and get it back. Yeah, lurker is like a silver with a plus buy right now, right? Anyway, I do think the lurker does a lot of work for you on this board. And I definitely want a pair of lurkers. I don't want more than 2 lurkers, but 2 lurkers seems pretty solid. But, like, you know, the ability to just gain any action card seems pretty good. Earl does seem to be in pretty good shape, for sure. Alright, more silvers seems totally fine. These ambassadors are still, like, terrible, but whatever. Well, not anymore. We don't need we don't need to trash lackeys though. They're fine. You just get get enough villages. They're fine cards. Yeah, lackeys are fine draw cards. You don't need this many wayfarers. This is like weird to me. Why do you want this many wayfarers? I mean, no, I guess it's fine. It's true. If you on a board like that, having more points is a good indication that you're losing. I don't know. No chapel's so weird to me there. Anyway, well, we got... This is fine. There's no trashing. I would open... I would open... I don't know what I'd open. What would I open? DW is... fine? I actually think I want to open Silver Shanty. Is that weird to just not take a 4 cost? Silver Shanty just seems totally reasonable to me. Yeah. I'm with Tracer on that one. Just, like, Devil's Workshop doesn't seem like it does very much. Ironworks doesn't seem like it does very much. Maybe, I mean, eventually I could imagine getting some Wisps, or sorry, some Imps, and they'd be pretty cool. But, like, you're not getting Imps early, and I'd like to hit 5. Things like Forum and Hunting Grounds are really good cards on this board. Forum in particular is really, really strong here. Forum on no trashing boards tends to be quite good. So I would definitely lean towards trying to get Economy early to get some more Fora. And Hunting Grounds is also just a pretty solid card. Ironwork, I don't think Ironworks does anything. I'll take a second silver though. I think 2 silvers is not too many silvers here. 6, however, is an interesting number to hit. Because I don't know if it's just Hunting Grounds already, or if it's just a Forum. I'm going to guess Hunting Grounds right now, but it's unclear if that's actually the best option. Werewolf is not the one I would want. Werewolf does not seem like a particularly good, Werewolf does not seem like a particularly good first 5 to me. I think Forum is just much stronger at this stage of the game. And probably Forum is probably stronger than Werewolf for at least a while into the game. Because, like, look at this hand right now. Like, Forum would draw more cards than Werewolf because of the Shantytown. Having to play Shanty first is just annoying. And it's not like you don't have things to discard. Your deck is mostly trash, so... I do think In-Now makes some sense. The problem is that Haka desperately needs a, Haka definitely needs a gainer. Haka needs, like, an Ironworks now, I think. Because gaining workers' villages sounds pretty good. Hitting 9 would be ideal. If we have Hitting 9 would be very, very strong. Wait, why do we only shuffle in... Wait, what? Why do we only shuffle in 1 inn and hunting grounds? Why not both the shanty inn and 2 hunting grounds? Right? Hold on. What? Did we not want to draw our deck? I'm so confused. Why didn't Haka shuffle in all the action cards? Am I mistaken? Haka just didn't shuffle those in? That's so confusing to me. I'm very confused. Alright, this has to be form Ironworks here, I think. Like, very strongly form Ironworks. But didn't need Shanty to draw, obviously, because this Shanty is just sitting there not drawing. Anyway, very, very odd decision. Come on, has to be Ironworks, right? Has to be Ironworks. Anything other than Ironworks right now would be madness. Okay, there we go. Okay, do we take a Devil's Workshop now? I think the answer is yes, but I'm not entirely clear on that. Because gaining imps does sound pretty solid to me, but not like that big of a deal. Like this could just be a Workers' Village. Okay, takes the DLV, which I think is totally reasonable. Okay, thankfully finds a village here. That's pretty likely to find a village, but not guaranteed. Ironworks Workers' Village, then... I guess inn, yeah, because then the Shanty's guaranteed to draw. It's a little sad there to miss the Workers' Village, maybe? Anyway, this is probably Forum Workers' Village, I guess. Maybe Silver, but probably Workers' Village. And an imp. Haka does seem reasonably far ahead. Although these decks are duddy, so it's definitely possible to just, like, you know, have a bad turn that's enough to sink you, or at least, like, put you behind. Yeah, so you should be getting, like, imps every turn now. I want more 4, though. I want, like, at least a couple more as Haka. Because I think a no trashing board forms are just so good. So good. No, yeah, I think the Silver Open was definitely better. The Ironworks Open just doesn't do it for me. At some point, I guess, at some point you consider adding a treasure trove. It adds economy, but you can never trash the copper. I think it's still probably good to add a treasure trove once you're overdrawing your deck. Ironwork for Silver is totally fine too, but for the time being though, you can Ironworks or Workers' Villages. So the idea being, now that we're like drawing our deck basically here, like let's say we bought Trove Hunting Grounds this turn, right? Trove Hunting Grounds and Imp I think makes a lot of sense to me. But I could also see an argument for like just gain some Silver's Ironworks and take like a Forum Hunting Grounds for a little more consistency. But I think you have enough Workers' Village, like you gain a Workers' Village here off his Ironworks. You can even draw with the Shantytown, although I don't know if it does anything. I guess it does something, yeah. Well, the problem is we're not lacking control now, right? We have decent control. It's not like perfect control, but our control is reasonable. I don't know why we don't draw on there. Isn't there a chance you can top deck like a Workers' Village for next turn? Right? Because what's in the discard? There's your 3 shelters, an inn, and a Workers' Village. So like there's a chance of top decking either inn or Workers' Village if you draw on, right? And there's no threat of, because there's +3 cards to draw, right? So there's no threat of not top decking a good card or like top decking a bad card, right? So there's no downside of triggering, and there's some potential upside. Yeah, I think those are totally reasonable buys there. I'm not like 100% convinced about the treasure trove, but I think it's fine. The Forum definitely makes a lot of sense too, just to like make sure you're not going to dud. Well, there is, but like I think the treasure trove's okay in this deck. But you do want more forums for sure, especially if you're getting trove. You just want to like load up on the fora. Well, you have to set up your turns. Come on, this is B League, right? Like you better be setting up your turns in B League, okay? Well, that's a bold play. That's a bold play, taking the estate. I'm not sure I would take that. Maybe it's fine. I don't know. It's only one card though, right? Like there's a lot of risk. Well, because you might gain an estate and then still not have a turn. Hunting grounds first here, right? Because it doesn't matter, does it? Okay, so now what I want is a bunch of fora. Like I guess 2 fora and a patrician maybe is fine. Maybe, I mean, you could consider like forum in patrician. Not in that order. It would be patrician, forum, then in would be the order. I think that's actually totally fine. Yeah, that might be better actually. I'm a little uncertain about the hunting grounds over the forum at this point, because we're already drawing our deck, right? And so forum has a few missed benefits. No, we are drawing deck though. Like, yeah. But we're gonna draw our deck next turn, right? Yeah, no, we're gonna draw our deck next turn. Like we don't need hunting grounds to draw deck next turn, is what I'm saying. Like we can add hunting grounds later, but we don't need it right now. I'm actually leaning patrician foreman. So the benefit to that is you get a little more search space to find extra village, sort of, in a weird way. Because you don't need to find a second, like, because you're allowed to get a hunting grounds before you find an extra village if you have a forum instead. I mean, Earl has no forums, right? Like I said it at the beginning of the game, but like the werewolf just looks worse than forum by like a lot, like by like a pretty big margin. Oh, look at that. That's unfortunate. Pretty unlikely too. But I mean, this board does that. I want more forum though. I want fora. That just seems worse to me than forum, if I'm being honest. Like, the 2 points are not worth, like, the increased dud chance, I don't think. I know. There's no way. There's no way Duchy's better than Emp there. Oh, is Hubble in hand? No, it's still not. No, because you can trash Hubble later. All right, Imp Necro, Imp Hunting Grounds. We're off to the races this turn. Hunting Grounds first. Now you can Imp the Forum. That's going to trigger a Shuffle, which is nice to see. Discard Junks. And I think we should be drawing pretty well here this turn. You can keep the Hovel if you're thinking of buying Province this turn, but I don't think you should buy Province this turn. Imp does give $1, yeah. It's fine. I just think, like, with this many stop cards in your deck, you want to, like, as many form as you can get is just going to be a very powerful effect, because you need to sift. You need to sift so much junk. Also, Forum is better for setting up your next turns. And on a board where you have this much junk in your deck, starting a turn with like an extra Forum or something is incredibly potent. Oh, that's a bold play. That's a very bold play. I guess that play signals that you're going to buy an in this turn, so you can shuffle those into your deck, which I guess makes some sense. But like, I don't think it makes that much sense. I think I would have preferred to like draw on here. Like, just play this Hunting Grounds. Don't get too fancy. Play the Hunting Grounds. You have an in there, so like if you find the in, you can still discard your other stuff. No, too fancy, Haka, too fancy. No, playing the Hunting Grounds is a better way to set up your turn, is what I'm saying. No, you play the Hunting Grounds, and either you top deck your good stuff, or then you draw your in, and you play that and discard your good stuff. But you're still getting more stuff to play this turn. More Fora. No, sorry, now we have to take an in, right? Yeah, I guess we have to take an in here. I guess silver is better than nothing, probably. So, yeah, Haka's deck just, like, does more stuff. I don't think you're supposed to... I'm not sure you're supposed to play the Hunting Grounds there, actually. Maybe you are. Yeah, no, Earl never got a treasure trove. So Earl's not in any economy. Well, surely we take a silver here, yeah. I think that's pretty clear. But, like, Earl can just do so much less on these turns. Even on the turns where Earl gets to draw a deck, they're just still less exciting. Alright, look at that. Look at that, setting up the turn! Good stuff. Listen, if you don't see a board with Forum and immediately think to yourself, how can I set my turns up every time? Right? You're doing something wrong, okay? Forum is like the preeminent card for turn setups. I wonder, okay, fine, Scheme. But, like, Scheme's too obvious, right? Scheme is very obviously a thing, right? Star Trek very obviously puts a card on top. Shepherd needs some support, though. You can definitely do it with Shepherd, but it's not like a thing you can always do with Shepherd. You know what helps actually a lot with Shepherd? Forum. Man, Shepherd loves Forum. Alright, Forum and Shepherd are besties. Okay, these don't... Alright, the things you're saying don't count, alright? Stop it. Prince doesn't count. Tony doesn't count. Wait, why does Forum and Shepherd seem awkward? Like, you need to, oh, count counts, actually, yes. Count does count. No, but Forum lines up your Shepherds in green cards. In a way that... Because a lot of Shepherd boards, you're not wanting to trash your junk, but you still want to, like, add green cards, but also draw through them, and you have to try to line up your green cards and your Shepherds, and Forum just smooths out Shepherd decks so much. That's not necessarily true. Like, you can still discard good stuff, and then play a Shepherd to just trigger a shuffle, right? Okay. So we have the question here of if we should try setting up some more, because I could be convinced by, like, Forum in... If we had 26, I think I would love to take, like, Forum in Double Province, but we don't have 26, do we? Why Emp? Emp just seems worse than, like, Province to me. I don't know. Sorry, Emp seems worse than, like, Forum to me. I mean, we could. My instinct is, like, Forum Hunting Grounds in Province. Can we afford that? 14, 20. Yeah, I think my instinct is Forum Hunting Grounds in Province. And at some point we need to stop taking imps. I don't think the time is yet. I think another imp is totally fine. But like at some point we do need to stop taking imps. I think it's a situation where you absolutely need to set up next turn. Because like this deck is so fickle if you don't set up next turn. Emporium just seems so much worse than Forum to me. I don't know. Am I mistaken? Does anyone think that Emp is better than Forum here? I don't know. Like, 2 points aren't exciting to me. The 1 coin's not exciting to me. The 3 cards of search space is incredibly exciting to me. I guess I should say two additional cards of search space, if we're comparing. I mean, it's probably unlikely to matter, but, like, these are the sorts of ways that you have duds, right? Like, when you are this far ahead, like, when you're this far ahead, you absolutely want to play it safe, right? You actually want to build as much consistency into your deck as possible. Because, like, a bad dud, or, you know, horribly 2 bad duds with a deck this big, like, dudding is really easy to do, right? So just building as much consistency as possible and just making sure you don't get that dud is pretty much how you know, are fine to win the game. Alright, is this the first Hex this game? No, we got one other Hex. What was the first Hex? Poverty? Oh, okay. Poverty would hurt a little bit here. Anyway, the werewolves are just not exciting to me at all. Diluted. Diluted actually hurts. Diluted hurts a lot. Actually, is that true? Diluted only hurts if Haka can't quad here, I guess. Which maybe is possible. I mean, okay, so if Haka just, like, triples, you're probably fine, right? It's hard not to get 1 province next turn. Can Haka quad? Yeah, this deck's enormous. This deck is like 50 cards large. Like, this is why you need to set your turns up, because your deck is just absolutely huge. I would play the Imp first here, I think, because, like, the Imp doesn't have any other target. The Imp has, like, 1 more target, I think, like, which is just... I guess you can play Ironworks with it. So maybe you're thinking about if you want to take Ironworks for a state or something, if you need to. Are you calling this deck an absolute unit? Okay, let's not trigger this shuffle. Well, can we draw a deck if we... Oh no, we have a Hunting Grounds down there. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Although, is it fine? It might not be fine to trigger this shuffle, actually. We're top taking 2 stop cards and we can't set up for next turn. Oh, it's 4 provinces! Never mind, we got there in the end. Yeah, no, it was definitely good to trigger. I didn't know exactly what the state of the deck was. That's true. We didn't set up our next turn. Like, we should have set up the first turn for this game. Hey, Chapel's back. Do you think they'll buy Chapel this time or skip it again? How do we feel about, like, a Nomad Camp turn 1 for Haka? Because you can open Nomad Camp and then, like, squirrel it by Chapel or something? Is that, like, a thing we can do? Does that make any sense at all? That might not make sense. Double Chapel definitely has some appeal for sure, I guess. Is Falconer Squirrel a sheepdog? Oh, sorry, is Falconer Squirrel a thing like sheepdog? Well, it's definitely not like Falconer Sheepdog, because Falconer Sheepdog is busted. Because Falconer Sheepdog draws immediately, whereas Falconer Squirrel will draw next turn. And there's not that many types for Falconer to pick up that are dual type, right? There's like a Temple, there's Falconer itself, and that's it, right? There's only 2 dual types on this board. No, I guess Ghost is a triple type. Why Cemetery can't be an heirloom? Heirloom means it starts in your hand in place of copper, right? Okay, yeah, we could give the heirloom manager a card type, sure. What is something that produces heirlooms? An heirloomer? Wow, that's deep, Sean. That's deep. Time Machine. Crossroads Chapel makes some sense to me. Chapel Silver is... I'm gonna be honest, not trashing Hana Mirror, I hate that. Alright? I hate not trashing Mirror. Just trash it. There you go. Haka knows the plan. The trick is Ghost is terrible, alright? That's the trick. I'll take Native Villages, I guess. Native Villages are pretty good here. Silver is fine. Oh, this is a nice turn. I would take a Falconer, I guess, right? I like Falconer now as Haka. Yeah, I think Haka's playing this pretty cleanly. I like these decisions. Earl decided to not trash it on a mirror. Well, I guess Earl gets a ghost now, so there's that. You could... Well, Crossroads draw is fine, but mostly because of Squirrel. Unless you're thinking of going for like a Silk Road thing, but I'm not convinced. Honestly, I think this is mostly money-ish with like some squirreling, some Falconer gains and things like that. I would like squirrel this Native Village maybe. In fact, I might double squirrel here. Double squirrel and buy something else, like another Native Village. Yeah, I think that's totally fine. Money-ish stuff seems losing. Well, what do you do here that's not money-ish? Like, you can't really build without significant treasure payload, and draws like, eh. Build big with Nomad Camp and Banks and Crossroads, and I don't understand the build you're suggesting here. Oh, Courtier. I mean, Bank I think seems pretty good in this board, but I don't know what you mean by like are you trying to draw your deck every turn? Like my idea here is just like get a couple banks, get some treasure, squirrel, you know, a reasonable amount, but you don't need to like draw your deck. You don't need like full deck control here. You're fine playing a little bit like less control on this board, and then just start hitting provinces pretty fast. Well, Earl has a triple type, so there's that. I would probably take a Nomad Camp here, maybe. I didn't say single prov. Like, you can play Moneyish here and double prov. Like, that's totally doable. Like, you don't need to draw your deck double prov. Like, maybe like some singles, maybe some doubles in there. At some point you can seize. I would like a bank this turn, I think. So, like, Falconer for maybe a native village here. Play the Crossroads, Squirrel twice by bank, or something like that. Yeah, I think the line seems fine. Buy bank, Squirrel twice seems like a pretty reasonable outcome for this term. I'm saying, like, I just don't want. I don't feel like I like need to like draw my deck every turn here. I feel like if I draw half my deck or something like that every turn, I'm probably double provincing. I don't know. I guess I could believe. Ugh, ew, I hate that. That's not a bank. That's not a bank at all. Boo. Boo, not bank. I don't know. Is Courtier even like what does Courtier even do? Is Courtier even good? I guess it gains golds. I guess it's fine. I don't know. Yeah, but like is Nova Camp that good? Well, yeah. But like you already have a Nomad Camp. You have a Falconer to gain Nomad Camps if you need it, right? If you need the plus buy. And like Courtier seems like less helpful for doubling than Bank does. I would gain more native villages. I think native villages are pretty good here. The idea being like you're looking to squirrel as much as possible, and native villages help you do that. Temple? Temple? Is that just for see this is so Courtier alright, so first of all, Courtier by itself I think was a mistake. And now Courtier has made him make another mistake by gaining Temple, alright? The mistakes are compounding on the mistakes. What do you gain in this Courtier? I would gain gold. I think gold's fine here. I guess you take the action and then squirrel. Like, you could do, like, action gold and then squirrel 4 times and, like, buy a something or other. I guess you can do this, too. Sure. Yeah, I think the Falconer looks a little bit better than Courtier to me. Although, if you had known Earl had a Falconer in hand, maybe it looks worse? I don't know. Not that you can know that. Mostly I just want the rest of the native... Like, I want all the native villages, basically. Looks like we bottomed back to gold, which is a bit sad. I'll try with XR. I just want to get provinces first. Like, I just don't want... I don't know. Maybe it's okay to do, like, more... Keep your estates around longer. I'm not really convinced by it, though. Well, it's weird. Okay, you could have played this gold, though, if you really wanted to, because you could have Falconered for a native village and taken the gold, right? Which seems like an okay play. Maybe it's not necessary. Takes the cemetery. I mean, I guess you keep the cemetery so your crossroads can draw the gold. That makes sense too. Do you want to trash chapel? I'm not sure you want to trash chapel. It's a squirrel, right? Let's count actions. No, I think you keep chapel, because I think you do keep the squirrel this turn. 1, 2... Yeah, you definitely have actions this turn, right? So I think keeping it makes more sense to me. Alright, Earl has seen enough. Anyway, I think Haka played that fine. I think there were some decisions I had qualms with, but overall fine. Hey, look! Prince here to set up your next turn. This board looks a lot like Groundskeeper stuff. Like, you just get Groundskeepers. I'm gonna open, I guess, Priest Silver? Do you Stampede here as Haka? I think you do. I think you Stampede here. Well, I don't know, your buys are so precious. Your buys are very precious is the problem. Like, you could just Groundskeeper. Well, what's next? Next turn doesn't have any money in it, though. Next turn hits like 4 again, which is not very exciting. Yeah, I guess you Stampede there. Because hitting 4 is just really sad. Hit 5 or bust, I think is the play. No, this board I think is totally fine. I have no problem with this board at all. Y'all are addicted to plus buy, okay? You need to learn how to play non-plus buy boards. I would stop here, save the horse, Priest the estate, and buy a Groundskeeper, I think. Yeah, maybe Groundskeeper's too early. Prince? What are you princing? You gonna prince a priest? Good luck. Okay, like, I don't... Oh, no, I did not like playing that horse. Like, it doesn't get you anything, does it? Like, what does playing that horse get you? It gets you 2 cards to your shuffle, but, like... Oh, no! Oh, no, what are we doing? What are we doing, Haka? Oh, boy. That's a spicy one there. I don't think that looks good. I don't think that looks good at all. I think it looks rather bad. Oh, I guess you have Seal? Okay, I guess it's fine. Like, here's the problem, though. Here's the problem. Like, what are you doing with your turns? I think GK makes all the sense. I think only scoring without GK here is madness, right? That said, I'm not sure about the early GK. I think you can build a little bit, but I don't know what you mean by GK seems slow. Like, it's a single game board. GK is pretty good. Yeah, that's why GK is good. So I can buy a GK, and you buy a province. Then I just buy provinces, right? I can lose the province split and just have like a single GK and beat your not, right? But then I just keep... But by that logic, if you buy the 1 GK better than not buying any GKs, then 2 GKs becomes better than 1 GK, right? And now at some point you do need to stop buying Groundskeepers, but if they're being contested, that point is usually once they're gone. I don't... Maybe the Prince Envoy is fast enough? The problem is... Oh no, I hate that Stampede. The Stampede seems bad. Just buy more GKs. Well, maybe it's fine. The problem is, Haka can't province every turn. Haka's gonna stall sooner or later. And the problem with the envoy as your princed action is, I mean, you can toss all the good stuff, right? You can toss the priest every turn. You can toss silver. I have a hard time believing in exactly... Wait, why does Earl have so many actions? I must have missed Earl getting this many things in the deck. Wait, now Earl's doing Prince too? Oh, this looks so bad. I'm just kind of confused by certain decisions that are being made in this game. Like, okay. Here's how I envision playing that board. You get a priest, you trash as much as possible, you get all the groundskeepers, and then you can do whatever you want at that point. Like, you don't need more than one terminals. You don't need a prince. You just get the groundskeepers, you thin down your deck, you have enough to buy groundskeeper every turn, you play all your groundskeepers. And if you really want, you just get estates at that point, right? You only need to get province or duchy, just get estates and trash the estate. And I'll give you a bunch of points every turn, and it's not like Hawk can end the game very quickly on a board like that. Anyway, that's it. Alright, everyone. I guess thanks for watching, and bye.